Yes, and welcome to Vasilis Garden, folks. We've come out to Caroline Springs and we've got Mario.
Yes.
How are you, my friend?
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. Thank you for having us here. This is your lovely wife?
Norma, yes.
Norma, pleasure to meet you, my dear.
Yes.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you. And over here, who are these lovely
Susan.
ladies?
Susan.
Hi.
How are you going, Susan?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. And you're a friend of
Name?
Mario's?
Mario and Norma.
And Norma?
Rose.
And this lovely lady?
Rose.
Rose. Another friend?
Yes.
Yes.
So any relations here besides?
We're all friends.
All friends?
Yeah.
Well, we're here to check out your garden, Mario.
Okay, why not?
Yeah?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, all right, let's go out then. All right, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. You got a prickly pear.
Yes, I do like prickly pears.
How old is it?
It's only about 6 years old.
Okay.
But I like to keep it small. I don't want it big because it doesn't look good. Prickly pears in a garden, you know what I mean?
fair enough.
Modern gardens.
But you're getting fruit off it too.
I get
so-
little fruit, yes. Not bad, yes. I get
so
little fruit, yes.
just keep cutting off the branches
yes,
as it grows.
this branch got to go.
Yep, gonna get rid of that one?
Yeah, cut that one. And maybe cut those two there and leave
Okay.
just this one here.
Straight up there.
Yeah, that's just keep it small.
Caroline Springs,
Yes.
you've been here how many years?
9.
9 years.
Yes.
And in the last 9 years, you've been trying to grow these trees and you're having some success? Do
Yes and no.
you want to go through the problems?
Yes, I will start from here if you like.
You've got some in pots here.
Yeah.
And because you said here, the ground in Caroline Springs
Yeah.
is average.
I think it's not just average, it's very bad. I think
It's very bad?
I think it's clay.
Well, it is
Nothing
clay.
grows.
But look, Cobeck's clay
So-
too. I've been to some places where there's clay.
Yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
these trees around here
Yeah.
have got anything to do with the fact that your soil is struggling?
Well, it could be too, yes.
Because they're so close to your fence line,
Yeah.
it's 100% guaranteed that their roots are growing from underneath.
Yeah, probably. Yes.
And looking at your soil, it looks like it's very fibrous, like the
Yes.
roots have come through there.
Yes.
So every time you go to work
Yes.
with it,
Yes.
your trees are competing against these established
True.
trees.
I agree with you. And not very far. One's 1 meter away. Look at that one there on the
I know.
corner.
I mean, you've got
He's only
conifers,
a meter
eucalyptus,
away.
tree oaks, you've
I
got
agree with you.
pittosporums.
I agree with you.
You've got everything that you don't need in your garden.
Yeah, all this trouble, I resort to put them on the pots,
Yep.
hoping that they do better. But look, even in the pot, they're not doing very well either.
That is the best part of 20 kilos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got clay in the garden beds and you thought, let me put them in the pots instead. So you've taken the clay out of the garden and put it in the pot, haven't you?
Not really. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. See, so that's good soil. Look, rich soil.
It's heavy soil.
Yeah.
And I'm concerned the fertiliser you're using on them. Are you using granular fertiliser?
Yes, you use granular fertilizer still here.
Okay, can we change that? Stop using that?
Yes, we can.
It's even worse for the pots because it releases a lot of nutrients really quick and it can burn the plant quite
That's
easily.
right, that's right.
Yeah, so
I agree
if you
with you.
use a compost
Yeah.
or pelletized manure, you'll be a lot happier and maybe these trees will grow quicker for you. But this is heavy. This is really heavy.
This is the same this one here.
Hey, you're a strong fella there, mate. Can I ask how old you are?
87.
87.
87,
Well, you picked that up like it weighed about 5 kilos.
Like butter. Yeah,
No,
nothing
like
for
butter.
me.
All right, full shame on me, but that's okay. Thanks a lot for that. They're 2 months old?
Yeah, they're just 2 months old, and yes, that's right. They're
How
2
did you
months.
grow these? From
Loquats,
seed?
Seed, naturally. You put a seed
Okay, you
there.
just put a seed.
And the other one is about 1 year old. See
The bigger ones at the
bigger
back.
One. And
How
we
many have
get-
you got here? You got at least 40, 50
Yeah,
of
there
these
are a lot
places.
of them there. I like to grow them. I don't want to sell them, anything like that, but I like to grow them. I like to see them, just to look at them.
So what are you going to do with these? Just give them away?
Maybe give it away in the end.
Yeah?
Yes.
Like it's the only thing you like growing?
I got pepino fruit.
Pepino
Yes,
too?
a lot of them there.
That's the pepino. You
Yeah.
can harvest that,
Yeah.
eat it when it's yellow like
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Okay, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
explain to us
Yeah,
how we...
Easy to
propagate.
grow. They're very, very easy to propagate.
Right.
All you need is get a pot
Yep.
and get cutting like that.
At this big?
Cut to an angle here, 45 degrees.
Yep.
Push them in there, not just one. Put about 10 if you want it,
Yeah.
and then water them,
Yep.
and they grow.
It's as simple as
Simple
that.
as that. It's not bad, this one. It's yellowish inside too. Yeah. It's a special taste of its own. You cannot associate with any other fruit, in my opinion.
I can.
You can? What do you associate it with? Tell me.
Immediately?
Yeah.
Rock melon.
Depends on the individual. Depends on the individual.
You can eat the skin too, huh?
I cannot associated with the rock melon. No.
It's even got the colour.
It looks same inside, but the taste is unique to me.
Everybody should have a pepino growing in their garden.
Yes, indeed.
This is
it's
a
a
beautiful.
novelty.
It is.
And easy to grow, and they're good food. Helps you. They're rich in vitamin C. Very rich in vitamin C. Very rich.
If you like Vasilis' Garden, then you'll love Vasilis' Garden to Kitchen magazine. Available at all good news agencies. Subscribe now at vasilisgarden.com.
Hello folks. Well, what about the time that something happens, shock, trauma, and you feel overwhelmed? Again, I don't really like using the word stressed because it really is something that we use that word, we don't really know what it means. But if you have a life event and you're having a little bit of trouble coping with it, have you ever noticed that when that happens, you really can get things like heart palpitations, your hands can get really shaky, you can actually feel quite unwell, and you can feel quite nauseous as part of this process, as well as you may go off your food and lose your appetite. These little seeds can help you, folks. They are so cheap, you can buy them at the supermarket. Now, these are fennel seeds. Fennel does two things. It supports the adrenal glands and is also assisting therapeutically with the digestive system. So you can start feeling a little bit more comfortable in the digestive system, not having the nausea, feeling better in yourself as food may assimilate and eliminate better. But your adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys that are really under load with this life event that's going on can actually start to be supported through the use of fennel seed tea. Something like fennel, you would simply pour it into the container, fill it up with boiling water, and then just put the lid on, let it settle there, and allow it to steep or to draw. And then you just separate that out, pour it into a cup, and sit and relax and feel the therapeutic benefits of fennel tea. It's absolutely extraordinary because of the role that it plays on the assimilation of the foods coming into the body. Because remember, foods are what supports your body, regenerates and livens those cells up like nothing else on this planet can. So have food as your medicine and start thinking about fennel tea to be assisting you when the going gets tough. You will be rewarded. Now, the other thing that you could add without any problems at all is put some other herbs with the fennel, and more particularly herbs such as the peppermint or some ginger. Or what about some clove? Just a couple of cloves in that tea is wonderful to be able to start supporting that digestive system. Remember, in times of crisis, in times of stress, the body gets very, very tight, everything closes down, and your appetite starts waning, and all of those digestive enzymes that are going around, they don't work to their optimum. So what we need to do is to make sure that we support the body and start getting into this good stuff. So folks, until next time, find happiness in every moment and start getting into fennel tea.
And you can see the graft on this one here, it's a different colour.
Yes, that's right. You can see it. It's much darker. The original one's much darker down below.
And what's this little contraption you got tied up to the trunk?
But the idea that was to stop hands from climbing upwards, but really doesn't do the job at all. No, I can see your hands climbing, still climbing.
So it's got a bit of a scent inside, like pyrethrum or something.
To me, it's just stupidity. It's silly.
You gave it a
silly
go.
Waste of money. I tried.
Get some tape. And there's tree guard tapes, which is sticky.
Yes.
You stick it on the trunk backwards so the glue's on the outside.
Yes.
And the ants can't actually crawl past the glue.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you could even use masking tape.
Easy to do that.
Duct tape is the best one too.
Yes, very good.
Stick it around the outside. As soon as it becomes non-sticky, put another layer on top.
Simple and cheap and effective. I can imagine.
Oh yeah, they get up there, 2 steps into it, they can't get past.
Thank you very much. Thanks for that. Thanks.
What are you doing with these tomatoes?
Oh well, there's another hopeless plans this year.
You're not going to find fresh tomatoes off a vine at this time of the year, unless you've got a hothouse.
It's nice. It's sweet.
It tastes like a real tomato.
Yeah, new tomato. That's right. No spray, nothing. They don't get any spray here.
Perfect. If they survive, they survive.
So
If they don't survive,
exactly. Bad luck.
we gave it a go.
Bad luck.
This one
You
survived.
tried anyhow. That's the important thing. That you tried. That's important.
I'll have another one. Now, you are water-wise too, because you got your own drums
Have
here.
to be, have
But
to
first you ate the 220 litres worth of olives, didn't you?
Yes.
Then you took the oil out and used it for cooking and salads, and then turned it into a water drum. And that's ingenious, because you're reclaiming, repurposing
Exactly.
these drums. And you've got three different
Recycle.
drums, recycling,
Yeah.
and there are 3 drums to 500 litres.
Yes.
Water conscious, because you have so many pot plants around the garden.
Have to.
If it does rain and you've got water for afterwards, is what everybody should be doing, collecting and harvesting as much water as they can.
Correct.
For that rainy day when it comes along, and for that dry day when we haven't got any rain coming through, obviously, to water our gardens. All right, salute.
Salute.
Yes.
I've been 9 years here in this house.
Yes.
And Australia came in 1950.
Okay. What job did you do?
All kind of jobs.
In
I had
Italy?
100 here.
Oh, here?
Hundreds of different jobs I had here. You won't believe it.
Oh, try me.
I'm a totally unusual immigrant. No other in Australia immigrant has the experience working the way I did.
The best way to look after your plants is with Vasilis Easy Hand Spray. Order your sprayer now, available only at vasilisgarden.com.
Autumn is well and truly here, and what a beautiful day it is to be outside harvesting some fresh ripe oranges too. Today I'll be making you a juice using my Kuvings cold press juicer, because it preserves the nutrients, minerals and enzymes while squeezing and extracting the juice of fruits and vegetables as opposed to other juices. I'll be adding 2 plums. They are very low in calories and are a great source of dietary fibre. Plums also help regulate the digestive system and relieve constipation. Half a cup of blueberries and 3 oranges. Now there are more ingredients that I will be adding to this recipe, but don't need to be juiced, so these will be added at the end. If you're looking to get yourself a juicer, you just can't go past Kuvings. Because Kuvings juices not only taste better, they're better for you. I'm also adding 2 tablespoons of tequila, a handful of ice, and to garnish it with some mint. The aroma of mint can relieve headaches and migraines and help settle an upset stomach. Mint is also great for oral hygiene, so just by chewing on mint or drinking peppermint tea will help get rid of those nasty odours and bacteria in your mouth. Now I'm going to just place the lid on my juice and shake until it's nicely combined. Wow, this is tangy and delicious, and it's all prepared by my Kuvings cold press juicer. For more recipes just like this, visit our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. See you next time.
Longest job is taxi driving.
Okay.
While I was driving taxis, I told you before, I had 2 other jobs.
Yes.
Make statues
Yes.
and buy merchandise for a shop in South Australia.
Okay.
But I also worked Dandenong General Motors, Holden. I worked in the middle of Nullarbor where they tested nuclear bomb in 1956. The British, luckily, just before the test nuclear bomb, I left. Then I worked in Western Australia in gold mine in Kalgoorlie. Then I worked in Tennants Creek, Northern Territory, in a Pico copper mine. I worked in Sydney, in Lucas Heights. Have you heard of Lucas Heights?
No, but
It's an atomic reactor testing experimental area.
so you seem to have a fascination for mining and blowing up
Mining
things.
and everything, really.
So mining involves atomic bombs.
Mining at the beginning, I
Explain.
did at the very beginning. My first job was in a fertilizer in Bassendean,
Okay.
Western Australia.
Okay.
After that, I went to timber mill.
Okay.
The first week I worked there, I was sacked.
And when did you meet your wife?
Oh,
Norma.
this. I had another job you don't know. I was selling the market for 25 years in Caribbean Gardens Market. A lady came along, her name is Lina Russell. She's Filipino, she married Australian. She said she bought 10 watches. I said, how come you buy 10 watches? What do you do with them? You sell them or something? No, she said, I've got a lot of friends there, I'll give it to them. Where are you from? Philippines. Find me a nice woman there, nice girl. Okay, all right, why not? Give me phone number. Phone number. Yes? Oh, this is Lina from the Philippines. I got a nice lady friend of mine. Her name's Norma. She's a dentist. She got 2 children. Would you like to talk to her? Well, I said, why not? So next morning she came to Australia. So I said, what are we going to do, Lina? Well, we go to the airport to pick her up. So we go to the airport. And I saw Norma come in there and stay. I said, that's Norma. Yeah, okay. I need a wife. You probably also would like to marry. Let's live it together for a little while. If we are compatible, then we like each other, we get married. And that was it.
Healthy Habit Smoothies book is now available at all QBD bookstores or online at vasilisgarden.com.
Everyone wants a lemon tree in their garden. Now, you've got one here. How old?
9 years old.
You're kidding. It's not
Yeah, when I came here, I planted.
9 years old.
Yes.
It hasn't grown, has it?
No, that's all is there.
It's gone backwards on you.
You go backwards, exactly.
All right. Now, and this is a typical example of what's been happening with some other trees as well.
Yeah,
With Fajala
other trees
trees.
suffer too.
Yeah, so you've got other ones here that are 6 to 9 years old
This
as well.
is 12. That one
That's
there.
12 and it
This
hasn't
one's
grown.
6.
That's 6 and they're not growing. And we spoke about the root systems from the trees outside there that are
Maybe,
10 and
right.
20 years of
Yes,
age and they've
yes,
grown
yes,
through.
yes, yeah.
The discoloration of the branch here is showing me that the soil is quite acidic and that's affecting the tree's performance. So we're going to cut it back
Yeah.
to help the roots develop better. We're going to put some fertilizers specific to help the roots strengthen.
All right.
And then we're going to come and visit it again later in the season and see how it goes.
Okay,
huh?
thanks. Yes. More
Let's
way
start from
down.
here.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Huh?
Wow. That's
Okay,
it.
that's the first
One.
branch gone. All we're doing is removing the crossover of branches.
The middle one. Yeah.
Yep. So that still growing in there annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
But for now we'll leave it. If we get any new growth coming from here, then we can take the rest of it off. We don't need all these bottom ones, they're too low. Just like that. Now,
That's good.
we'll take that down a bit more. The tree has very fine, fibrous, hair-like roots and very shallow.
Yes.
So every time you dig the surface, you're disturbing those roots.
Okay.
Not good for it. So leave the tree alone, compost it on top. What I'm going to do is apply a product called black grit. It's calcium silica. So what this does here is reduces the acidity in the soil, but helps the tree absorb all the other nutrients in the soil that it can't get to because of the acid so high. It doesn't dissolve. All it does is clings onto the root system. So as you water in, this will absorb the nutrients through to the tree. It's about 50 grams per square metre, which is about a matchbox and a bit full. So just pour it on like that and it'll work its way down to the root system with a good water, with a little bit of sea salt. This is all you got to do, nothing else. No more fertilisers.
Sea salt alone.
Yeah. Give it a good soak, even over the leaves. To strengthen the roots, the black grit, which is the calcium silica, will help it absorb all the nutrients it needs and leave the rest to nature. And do that once a fortnight with the sea salt and they'll be back to see all the beautiful new leaves and growth on it.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Hope so. I keep my finger crossed.
You keep your
I
finger
don't know.
crossed.
Yeah, I don't know.
And from me, Vasily, I give you my thumbs up. Maresi.
When I first came to Australia, I had nothing. We live in a tent in Western Australia. I work on the roads. I work on the railway with Crollo, Luigi Crollo.
Yeah.
You know Luigi Crollo,
Yeah,
Bruno
yeah.
Crollo and
Yes.
Rino Crollo.
Yep.
I work for Luigi, for their father. Then with that I work with CSIO, Commonwealth Industrial Research Organization. I work with land settlement in Western Australia, cleaning farm.
I think the best thing that happened to you is actually meeting Norma. She settled you down.
Yeah, true. but before that, I was married before. I had
Yes.
I separated. I divorced my ex-wife, Italian woman. In 1990, I had 3 children with her. And for 6 months, I ran a restaurant. Not my own, friend of mine, I was manager. You know, not finished yet. I have so many other jobs done. I've done glass factory. I worked glass factory in Perth.
I'm blown away. So, I mean, in all these years that you've been here, you've had so many different opportunities.
I had a 70s wandering around Australia, find out all about what's around Australia. I work at Granular Refinery in Western Australia, in Fremantle, the biggest refinery in Australia. I work with the railway in 3 places, in Northern Queensland, on an Nullarbor. No, I when I get some money, I go.
That's it. Yeah,
I go to the next stop.
That's it.
I go to Sydney. I work in Wollongong, coal mine, up on the mountain, Mount Wollongong.
But now you've settled down in Caroline Springs. You've got
That's
Norma
the
by your
story. Now I'm
side.
87 and don't expect me to move around. Since I started driving taxi, I never moved around anymore. I did 25 years the market, buy merchandise and resell it.
And sell it again. Over time, you might get the bug again in your system, and you might start selling your pepinos and your feijoas.
Yeah,
you never know.
It's finished now. Now look, I'm 87 now.
You just sit back and enjoy. That's
Take it easy
Well,
now.
We'll salute. I'll salute to that one.